Hello, friends, and happy Monday. Today I am at home, so I'm doing a video in a different place. So it probably looks a little bit different behind me than it usually does at school. So it's going to be a little different today, so it might be a little harder for me to do some things. So just bear with me if it's a little different than usual, okay? All right. Well, I'm excited to share with you some different things today. We're going to be continuing to talk about trees, and something that I think you're going to really find interesting is, well, you'll find out. It won't be long. All right. Before we get started, why don't we start with the hello song, and then we will continue on with the rest of our video. So, since nobody else is here but me, I'm going to sing all by myself. Okay? Here we go. Hello, friends. How are you? I'm very happy to see you. Greet your neighbor. Boogie on down. Give a jump and turn around. All right. So that's going to be it for our song today, since it's kind of hard for me to stand up when I'm in my house, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do, let me check my list here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do our calendar, and I wonder if anybody remembers what month it is. It starts with an O, October. So let's go ahead and take a peek behind us. I'm gonna get it out for us. All right, so let's take a look at our month. First of all, what is our animal? It is an owl this month. Did you know that? Did you know that owl starts with an O too? Yes, the letter O. The word owl starts with the letter O too. So it says October. And I see a pumpkin in here in this word. That's kind of like the letter O too, isn't it? It's kind of an oval, just like the letter O is, okay? And he has a candy corn. How many of you like candy corn? I really do like it, and I put it on a cake this weekend. All right, so let's find out how many days there are in October so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What comes after 11? It's 12. And I have a 12 right here. And I'm going to put it on our calendar right over here. And this says Monday. Today's Monday, October 12th. Okay? And let's see what our pattern continues to be. It's pumpkin, pumpkin, candy corn. Pumpkin, pumpkin, candy corn. Pumpkin, pumpkin, candy corn. Pumpkin, pumpkin, candy corn. What do you think comes next? I think it might be a pumpkin, because our pattern is pumpkin, pumpkin, candy corn. And then we start all over again. So after candy corn is going to be pumpkin. I bet it will be. We'll find out, okay? So I'm going to put away our calendar. All right. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is what we're learning about this week. And I have a question for you, okay? Let's put on our thinking caps. So let's put them on. Okay, now we're going to do our very best thinking, okay? Who do you think lives in trees? Do people live in trees? Not usually. I suppose a person could have a tree house. They could live in a tree. But usually people don't live in trees. They live in houses that are on the ground, don't they? So if people don't live in trees, What else might live in trees? Maybe animals? Do animals live in trees? Let's think about that. Have you ever seen an animal in a tree before? I have. I know I've seen birds in trees. Sometimes they're way up high at the very top. Have you ever seen them sitting at the very, very top of a big tall tree? They fly all the way up there and they like to perch up there so they can see everything. And I've also seen some squirrels in a tree. And let's see, what else have I seen in a tree? You know what else I saw in a tree? I saw an owl. When my husband and I were taking a walk this summer, we saw 2 owls in a tree. And it was so exciting. And they were hooting. And we just loved seeing that. I had never seen an owl in a tree before, only at the zoo before. So it was a really exciting day for me. All right, well, we're gonna learn a little more about who lives in trees, okay? So if I have an alligator and a squirrel, which one would you say would live in a tree? A squirrel, right? Yeah. Would alligators live up in trees? No. They like to live by the water, don't they? They like to swim in the water, and I think they probably get some food out of the water too. So there are certain animals that like to live in trees, okay? So we're going to start learning about that this week, about who lives in trees. And I just happen to have a story, and my story is called, Who Lives in Trees? And this is the front of the book. Did you know this is called the front, where the title is? And at the bottom, it'll tell you who the author is. The author is the person who wrote the book. And this book was written by Trish Holland. So if you turn the book all the way around on the back, this is the back of the book, okay? And a lot of times there's one of these. This is kind of the code. It's called the ISBN code. And sometimes they tell you a little bit about what the book's going to be about. Okay, I'm going to turn it back around to the front. And I am really curious to find out who lives in trees, because I do know some things that live in trees, but I bet we're going to learn some new things too. So, what's this? A ladybug? Ladybugs live in trees, don't they? Do you see them up on the branch? And you know, I bet if ladybugs live in trees, that there are also other bugs that might live in trees too. Okay, let's open it up and find out a little more. Oh my goodness, look. It's a frog. Did you know that frogs can go up into trees too? Wow, interesting. Look at his little feet. He's holding on to the branch. All right. Who lives in this tree? With wings I can fly to my nest way up high. I am an owl. I live in this tree. Look at that. Oh my, it looks like, I wonder if these are the owl's babies. It could be. Look how big his wings are. He's flying to his nest. Let's look at the next page. Who lives in this tree? With strong tail and arms, I can swing all day long. I'm a monkey. I live in this tree. Look at him. He's got such big, long arms and legs, and he's hanging from the branch, isn't he? Yep. Did you know that monkeys can even sleep in trees and they don't fall out? I think they probably wrap their little tails around the branch to make sure they don't fall while they're sleeping. It's pretty interesting. Who hoo! Who lives in this tree? With sticky little toes, I can cling upside down. I am a tree frog. I live in this tree. They have kind of sticky little feet that help them stay up in the tree and not fall down. But not all frogs live in trees. Some of them live in ponds. And let's look at his eyes. They have kind of a red circle around them, don't they? And this frog is green, isn't he? Is he a light green? And his little feet are orange. Let's find out what else lives in trees. Who lives in this tree? With long tail and claws, I can climb anytime. I am an anteater, and I live in this tree. Oh, wow. That's kind of a big animal living up in that tree. He's called an anteater. Why do you think he's called an anteater? Do you think maybe he eats ants? I bet that might be true. It would be interesting to find out a little bit more about anteaters. Hoo! With skin stretched like wings, I can glide side to side. I am a flying dragon. I live in this tree. Ooh, a flying dragon. How interesting. He lives in that tree too. Have you ever seen one of those? I never have. Who lives in this tree? With wings I can fly to my big buzzing hive. I am a bee. I live in this tree. Oh, look at that. There's a big hole in this tree. It's called a knot. And look at all the bees living in that tree. It might be a good place to stay nice and dry and warm inside the tree. Who lives in this tree? I scrape out a den, but it smells just a bit. I am a skunk. I live in this tree. Wow, did you know skunks lived in trees? It looks to me like this tree fell down and it looks like it's on the ground. It's on the grass laying there. It's kind of, did you know that when trees fall down and they're laying on the ground, then they're called a log. So it looks to me like this is a log that the branch fell out of the tree and it's been drying out and rotting a little bit. And these skunks came along and decided they wanted to live in this little log, that it would be a good home for them. Who lives in this tree? With strong grip and claws, I hold on with my paws. I am a koala, and I live in this tree. Koala bears are awfully cute, aren't they? Who lives in this tree? With wings I can flit to a banquet on a branch. I am a ladybug, and I live in this tree. Ooh, what did the ladybug find to eat? It looks like some type of little bug. I'm not sure exactly what ladybugs eat. We'll have to find that out. That would be, if you can find out what ladybugs eat and you can tell me at a Zoom, that would be interesting. I'd like to know. Who lives in this tree? With sharp, tiny claws, I can run just for fun. I'm a squirrel. I live in this tree. We talked about squirrels earlier, didn't we? And looks like he's got some long claws he uses to stay up in that tree, to climb up that tree, so he doesn't fall. Okay, friends, you know what? This is a really long book, so I'm going to finish this next time, so we have time to do a few other things. But wow, I really enjoyed learning about some of the animals that live in trees. I hope you did too. Okay, so we're going to talk about one more thing before we end our video, okay? So I'm going to put this right over here. And I want to talk about the letter, our letter of the week. We have a new letter this week, and our new letter is a C, okay? It kind of looks like this. I wonder if that's backwards for you. Let's see. That's what a C looks like, okay? That's our new letter, and I have a song I'm going to share with you, and we'll see how it works. I hope it works well. I have a computer I'm using to show you the video, and let's see how it goes, okay? But I think you're going to like it because you're going to see the A, the letter A. There's a little line here, and it looks like a tent. You're going to see your A that you practiced a few weeks ago. You're going to see letter B, which you practiced this week. There's a special worksheet to work on your letter B. And our new letter is a C. And our song, he's going to talk about A and B and also C, our new letter. Okay? So I'm going to get that ready for you. I'm going to turn this so that you can see. Oh, it's because my water bottle is here. I like to drink water during the day. And let's get this turned on. All right. See if you can see this very well. I might have to get this woken up. My computer fell asleep, I think. Oh, look. What's on it? It's a pumpkin. Isn't it? It's a jack-o'-lantern. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see better. Okay, let's turn on our video. All right, are you ready? Here we go.
Whoa! Look at this box. It has a capital A on it and a lowercase a on it. Let's open the box and see what's inside. An airplane! Airplanes start with the letter A. Airplanes flying way up high. Some airplanes are as big as a building, some are as small as a car. That's amazing! Some airplanes transport people, some fly near to the stars. Whoa! Look at this big blue box. Big, blue, and box all start with the letter B. This is a capital B, and that is a lowercase b. Let's open up the big blue box and see what's inside. Balls. Balls start with the letter B. Whoa! Ah! Whoa! And look at what else. Boats. Boats start with the letter B. Red boat, blue boat. I saw a boat going faster and farther. I didn't know the boat, so I asked my father. He said, "That's a speedboat, son." I saw a boat full of fishermen. I saw a boat full of businessmen. I saw a boat. You know what it was doing?
letter of the alphabet. And this letter is the letter C. This is a capital C, and that is a lowercase c. I'm so excited to open up the box and see what's inside. A cement truck. Cement starts with the letter C. Cement truck. Well, look at what it is. Another a lowercase.
Okay, friends, I want to talk about our letter before we finish up. So this is the letter I was telling you about. It's a letter C. This is an uppercase C or a capital C, and that's a lowercase c. You see how it's smaller than, there's a bigger one, it's called a capital, and a smaller one, and it's called lowercase. Okay, and there's a C on the box, uppercase and a lowercase. And that is our letter for this week. You're going to be practicing that at your house, okay? So I'm going to turn this back around so I can see you. And there we go. Okay. So friends, we are about done with our video for today. I hope you enjoyed learning about what animals might live up in trees. You know what would be really cool is if you went outside today and you looked around and found some trees, and maybe you could find an animal, or you might find a bug. Maybe you'd find a ladybug, or maybe an ant, or, well, who knows what you might find. So if you have time today, and if you have a tree where you live, why don't you go take a little look with your someone in your family, okay? And then tomorrow on Zoom, you can come and share with me what you found up in the tree, okay? And you know, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I think after I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna look around in my trees, see if I can find anything living in them, maybe a bug or a squirrel or a bird. I have a lot of birds that live in this area by my house. So I hope that the rest of your day is wonderful. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I hope you can come to Zoom and have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.